Hey YouTube, I want to talk to you about a new inside the waistband holster option. If you have a license to carry, we all struggle with this. Everything's safety check. So just relax. What if you want to carry a full-size pistol, like this Glock 22? Lots of people like to carry full-size pistols. But then comes the age-old argument of, boy, they're heavy. This one actually happens to be a Detroit Police Department pistol that I did a video on. So they're a little bit heavy, they're big, sort of big, not really. I don't think they're really that big. So anyway, how do you carry them? How do you conceal them? Well, the big thing is comfort, right? You got to have it comfortable, it's got to fit in your hole, it's got to fit on your body, and in a way that's not too intrusive, but you can readily access it. And I'll tell you what, I bet you everybody out there that's a pistol owner has spent one hell of a lot of money on buying all different kinds of holsters, all different kinds, because it's really hard to find the right one. It really is. And I did a video a while ago on this company, Brommeland gun leather. Man, I can't recommend them enough. There's all the information you need. You call up Mr. Brommeland, Gary Brommeland, talk to him. He'll make you one hell of a fine inside the waistband concealed carry holster. This one is a Max Con V for the Glock 21 and 22. And here it is. This is just an absolute beauty. Now this is very new. It's not completely broken in. I can tell you the one I have for my 1911 that I did a video on, I wore it a lot during the summertime. I think just the heat and just from wearing it helps it break it in. These are stiff holsters. Are made, and I'll just go through some of the features. They're made to be that way for obvious reasons. They're bone to the outline of the gun. You can see that. And they're just absolutely beautiful. The finish is just gorgeous on these. Just absolutely gorgeous. So what about these holsters? Why do I like them? It really comes down to this. Let's see. Look how thin these holsters are. I'm talking maybe 1/8 of an inch of leather and super stiff. So in other words, this is an inside the waistband holster. There's no metal strap around here to retain it in an open position. The reason being, if you get into a scrap, you fall on this. That metal band compresses even a little bit on your firearm. You're not pulling that gun out. It's stuck. So that's the philosophy of not having that metal band. But if you make leather appropriately, I carry inside the waistband on the right side. This is firm enough that you can reholster no problem with a little bit of practice, and it's just a beautiful piece of work. I can't say enough about Gary Brommeland's work. He's just great. So I showed you this was safety check. You have to break in the holster. A good leather holster requires break-in, like any good leather product. But look at that. Look how thin that holster is. It barely increases the width of the gun at all, and for a Glock that's a big deal. Okay, you can easily draw from it, no problem. Okay, it's a little bit tight. Now let me tell you something about these holsters in terms of breaking them in. They come with an instruction sheet in terms of how to deal with the leather and care for the leather. Here it is. Sort of the do's and don'ts of taking care of your nice new product, Brommeland gun leather. Okay, and the key is basically once you receive the holster in the mail, take your pistol, wrap it in a couple layers of wax paper. Take the pistol wrapped in wax paper, stick it inside the holster, all the way down. Okay. Leave it in your gun safe for overnight, take it out, and then take the wax paper off. You want to put the holster on your belt, holster the gun and draw it a couple dozen times to break it in. All leather holsters put wear on your gun. I actually kind of like it. So, you know, it's something you have to live with no matter what kind of holster, Kydex, leather, anything like that. The holster's got some really nice features. It's inside the waistband. I'll show you what it looks like on. The buttons, the strap and the snaps on the strap are really cool. The back strap is a little bit wider than the front, so this can move a little bit, so you can sit down comfortably with it. And these are called pull the dot snaps, and you basically can only put them on in one direction, so they need to snap from the bottom. You push them into the in the top in this kind of direction, and that just keeps it from unsnapping when it's inside your pants. Great piece of equipment, and you can even see it's textured inside to fit the Glock slide, and that actually matches up really well. So Mr. Brommeland's really done it again with a fine holster. And you can just see the finish on this thing. It's really second to none. I think for the price you pay for these, craftsmanship you get, it's just fantastic. Sorry about that. I'll tell you, if you want somebody to call you, just start making a YouTube video or go to the toilet and they'll call you right back. They don't call you when you're available. So, awesome holster. What do you need to go with the holster? Well, you know, I think a nice option is to have a magazine pouch. This rides outside the belt on the offhand side or the weak side. And the reason basically being is that you don't need extra rounds, but you need this extra magazine in the event of a stoppage in your firearm, so you have a malfunction. The vast majority of malfunctions for a semi-automatic pistol can be dealt with by dropping the magazine and switching it out, basically. So it's sort of tap rack drills, but even more importantly, instead of doing that, dropping the magazine and re-racking, reloading solves vast majority of the problems. Brommeland gun leather. Let's see what it looks like when it's on. Okay, so here it is on. So you know you can go visit Santa in the mall with the kids, whatever psycho shit you're into, and man, nobody will know what you're carrying. I gotta tell you. Hey, Plutz. It's my dog. She's pretty tactical. But anyway, people are clueless. They won't have no clue that you are packing a Glock 22 or whatever firearm you have. Easily drawn, one hand. To reholster. Okay, find the opening of the holster, find the bodyguard right here, okay, put your thumb in it, and just pick up your hand in line with that thumb and replace that holster. Now of course this is tight, it's got to be pushed down there because I told you it wasn't broken in yet. I'd also recommend that you press down on the back of the slide because it is tight until it's broken in. You don't want the slide coming out of battery, okay? It won't come out of battery if you do this, believe me, okay? There you have it. Man, I'm telling you, that's pretty concealed. And I'll tell you what, the way this is built, there's a bodyguard in the lower part to keep the muscle from constantly sticking into your ass and or leg, and an upper bodyguard to keep it off you. Of course, if you wear a shirt between the holster and your and you, like a t-shirt or whatever, much more comfortable. The Max Con that I have for my 1911, I wore it a lot during the summertime, and it was really hot up here in the Northeast for a lot of the summer. And honestly, it was incredibly comfortable. The way the holster is designed, it keeps the gun away from your body so it doesn't, you know, irritate the hell out of you. And I think wearing it in the hot weather actually facilitated the break-in, and it's really, really nice. The retention has to be there. You don't want to be running down the street or whatever. I'd recommend running away as a first option if you can. And this thing coming loose, it will not come loose. Now, I've had experiences with Kydex holsters, very good holsters, but the retention's nowhere near as good as this. In fact, the overall quality of most holsters is not on par with Brommeland. There's very few makers that are at that level that make custom holsters. Now, I just want to say one thing. Let's reposition the camera. And, you know, a lot of people think start spending over $100 on a holster, it's a lot of money. Yeah, $100 is a lot of money. But I also want to say that, you know, please keep in mind that when we buy these products, we're supporting people that are true craftsmen. You know, here's an example of craftsmanship, a Gary Brommeland product. Okay, magazine pouch, single stack. Okay, a double stack magazine pouch. Excuse me. We're supporting craftsmen. So when we go to a place like Coal Creek Forge, when we get order a tomahawk, this is hand forged by a craftsman. These people do things that very few people do, very few people can make a living out of. If you look at the whole population, yeah, I would really urge you to support these manufacturers that are really, really interested in making super high quality products and view it as really kind of a vocation and are interested in the artistry of it, and are supporting gun owners in a very positive way with great products that will last a lifetime. If you take care of them, they're going to last you forever. Just look at the workmanship, perfectly set to the outline of a Glock 22 magazine. Stitching is just absolutely fabulous. Okay, and here's this probably won't show up very well. Brommeland stamp. Support them. High quality. You'll love it. Take care.